Hi, good evening. I'm Michael Stewart. Welcome to our program, Mike at Night. As we said, we're going to start early. We've had some little technical difficulties over the last couple of weeks. I wanted to make sure that we come on early this evening so that we can begin our program. So we'll wait till a few people join us. We have a new series this evening called Tell Me What You Think. Yes? What do you think? And so we're going to show you some videos and we're going to ask you to discuss. We will ask you to call in. The number is above 868-480-0080, and we will ask you to post your question or your ideas, your own perception on the post. We'll try to see it both in the YouTube and we'll try to look up for it in the Facebook. Okay, so we're going to stand by for the start. We are a bit early, so we're going to stand by for the start. Don't go far from your device. Call somebody and tell them Mike at Night is on. Rock and come in. Oh, sorry. All right. So let me see. I was just saying hello to everybody, and I was hailing out everybody. The sound was off. Sorry about that. And what I was saying, I was acknowledging those people that I'm seeing on. Elwin Tulsi, Hudge, who has always been checking in on me to make sure that we're on. I see my sister Deanne Robinson. Thank you very much. Charmin Boys, Manuelin, Orville Melville, good evening. Thank you very much for telling us we have no audio. I hope that you're hearing me now. Just let me know that you all are hearing me. Candice Alexander, thank you very much. Lyndon, yes. And I was telling you all while I had no audio that the reason I started the program 10 minutes early to make sure I got all of those glitches on. But I did take off the microphone. I would admit that. That wasn't a glitch, that was an oversight. Alright? So you all work on come in. So what we're saying is that tonight's program is really supposed to be interactive. I want it to be interactive. I'm going to show you a video, and probably more than one video. What I want you to do is to assess the video. Give me your views on the video. You can post the views on the line, or you may call in. I would really want the people call in and say, just give us your own ideas about the video. That's all we want you to do. There's no right or wrong. It is your own views that we're looking for. So do that for me, please, and we're going to use that. This is the direction I'm going for a short period of time to be able to sort of get a feel of people's thoughts. One of the things that I credit the audience of the Mike at Night for is the fact that I think we have some level-headed people. One of the things about Facebook is that Facebook has people who are very fickle. Many people, they just take a side based upon the circumstance. They really don't think through things and so on. And I credit this group of people for dispassionately sharing views on matters. And that is the kind of mindset I want to generate in this team of people. For us to look at something and give a genuine, plausible explanation of things that they notice. Alright? In the meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel as yet, to my Facebook and my YouTube, please do so. Just go and look for follow and press follow, so that you will know whenever we go live. But also it helps us so that we'll meet more people if you follow the programs that we are doing. One of the things we do not do is try to go viral by posting and doing topics just for topic's sake, just to go viral. I have no interest in that. I don't need to go viral for that. I just need to have a good viewership of people who want to share ideas and want to better people, particularly in relationships, etc. Alright? So that is important to me. Let me also say this, that we have one of our regular viewers who's celebrating his birthday today. 40 years he's celebrating on this God's earth. Timothy Benjamin. Timothy has been one of our regular fans, and so it is with pride that I hail him out tonight. Himself and his wife, his family. Thank you very much for being part of this program, Timothy, and we appreciate having you as part of our team of viewers that we have here. And if anybody who's celebrating birthdays, anybody who's celebrating anniversaries or so, you can just message me privately as the weeks go on, and we are going to try as much as possible to connect with you. Okay, so this is the first video that we're going to go with. This video is about a mom who left her child in the hospital and 12 years later showed up. All I want you to do is to watch the video and just give me your own thoughts. What comes to mind? What are the things that you're thinking about with it? And just call me with it. Now, not all these videos, I'm sure, are genuine videos that were recorded. Some of them are really done for likes, etc. But they do sometimes have a powerful message. So listen up for this one.
Oh my God. Hey. Where in the hell have you been? What do you mean?
I haven't seen you in like 11, 12 years.
I know. I've moved out of state for the last 3 years for my job.
Yeah,
I told you I had that job that I wanted to take. That's
you
how
was having a baby and then you just took off.
I know. Well, you said you wanted to take care of him.
I know. I fell asleep with him.
You knew I couldn't. I was moving out of state for that job.
Get the name our kid.
I know. I looked you up online and I saw that you were still living down here. I mean, it's good thing. Yeah.
I've been raising our son all by ourselves.
Is he doing okay? I mean, I'm sorry. You know, I couldn't turn that job down. I mean, and I couldn't. I wasn't gonna take him from
He
you.
disappeared. How'd you find me?
Well, I looked you up online. I'm back in town for a while, so I figured I would. Yeah. I mean,
it's crazy.
I didn't know when or if I would ever come back. So I mean, I didn't want to interfere with you raising him.
I didn't know what to call him, so I named him Joe Dirt. Joe.
You named him Joe Dirt.
Hey, this is your mom.
That's my mom.
This is your real mom. It's crazy.
I didn't know when or if I would ever come back. So I mean, I didn't want to interfere with you raising him.
I didn't know what to call him.
Alright, so you heard that. What do you all think? What do you all think? She left the baby in the hospital 12 years at birth. Went because she wanted to take up a job, and she is now back after 12 years. What do you think? Right? So tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Yes, good evening, Joanne. So post your views on the page and give me a call. 480-0080. My question that I want to ask you, is she justified? Do you think? Just your own thoughts. We don't have the facts behind the entire stuff. It is your own thoughts. 12 years you left and you now come back and you are meeting your husband and your son. You left because you said you wanted to take up a job, and now he has the child. What do you think about that? Okay, so post your comments. Let's see what you have to say. Alright, so and we're encouraging you to call in. If you're calling in, you could call 868-480-0080, or you could WhatsApp. You could WhatsApp your information that you want to give us, and I'm going to read it. Alright, or you can, and when you call, you can call on WhatsApp also. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. What do you think about that? We also had another one that recently. We also had another one. Right. We also had another one recently where a woman left her child for 10 days inside of a crib. She said she was stressed out and she went on holidays to Puerto Rico and somewhere else for 10 days and came back and the child was dead. So let's see what comment that you all are having there. Edwin Toolsy says he doesn't think that the woman is right, but she wanted to pursue, Edwin, her career. She wanted to go after her career and so on, and clearly it appears that though the child was keeping her back with the career. Lyndon says she has no claim and she will do it again. Alright. Charmin says that wasn't a good thing she did. She could have held on for a while. Right. Okay. Thank you all for sharing. Alright. So, wouldn't it have cost her this job that she finally landed that she always wanted? Wouldn't it have cost her that job? And Barath, okay, you're from Couva Church of Christ. Thank you very much and for joining us. Wouldn't it have cost her job? And Timothy is saying, I'm thinking why after all these years she chooses to show up. He calls it selfish. Chef said it's 6 of one and 12 dozen of the other. A sufficient beat down for her. She left the child for 10 days. What did she expect would have happened? Was she charged? She's been charged now because the baby died. The baby was 7 pounds lighter than the last time the baby was checked by the clinic. It's a true story. And the child is 7 pounds lighter, and the child died of dehydration and starvation, according to the autopsy. But she said her mental health was important to her, and people are not considering that as a concern. Orville said she has placed herself in her needs above those of the child. Not sure what she is expecting now. Well, she's expecting that people will have sympathy on her, she says. So yes, Charmin, she was charged. I think she's also sentenced to death, actually. Okay, so thank you all. Keep your thoughts coming in. Candice said, I think she must have some serious personal issues to be comfortable leaving a child for so long and turn her back as if nothing happened. Wow. So both mothers thought of themselves before their child, says Charmaine. She's supposed to look after her child. Something will have worked out. The baby is innocent, says Tulsi. Thank you. Alright. So let me just play that one more time for those who just came in. One more time.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Where in the hell have you been?
What do you mean?
I haven't 11, 12 years.
I know. I've moved out of state for the last 3 years for my job.
Yeah,
I told you I had that job that I wanted to take. That's
you
how I
was having a baby and then you just took off.
I know. Well, you said you wanted to take care of him.
I know. I fell asleep with him.
You knew I couldn't. I was moving out of state for that job.
Get the name our kid.
I know. I looked you up online and I saw that you were still living down here. I mean, it's a good thing. Yeah.
I've been raising our son all by ourselves.
Is he doing okay? I mean, I'm sorry. You know, I couldn't turn that job down. I mean, and I couldn't. I wasn't gonna take him from
You
you.
disappeared. How'd you find me?
Well, I looked you up online. I'm back in town for a while, so I figured out what. Yeah. I mean,
It's crazy.
I didn't know when or if I would ever come back. So I mean, I didn't want to interfere with you raising him.
I didn't know what to call him, so I named him Joe Dirt. Joe!
You named him Joe Dirt.
Hey, this is your mom.
That's my mom.
This is your real mom.
Alright, you heard her. So my question that I want to pose to you, to put a little twist on it, is if she wants back the custody of this child, she wants, as the mother, she's back, she's had a job, she's settled down now, she's okay to handle the child. Should the man hand over the 12-year-old child to the mother? What do you think? That's the topic that we are talking about. What do you think? Don't be afraid to call us. 868-480-0080. I would love to have you all call me and let us talk it out on it. Okay? Lyndon said he doesn't think that any sane person would have sympathy. Hmm. Okay. Lyndon says definitely not. I think he's talking about she should not have the child. Now, she's the mother. And obviously, she would still have love for the child. And she'll still want to be part of the child. Circumstances then might be different to the circumstances now. Would you have given up the child if you were the woman and the man came back, or you were the man and the woman came back, whatever it is, there were the person left for 12 years and they came back, would you have given up the child? I'd ask if she's real and if she's, what kind of human is she? Alright. Diane asks, well, Shamin said, never in a million years will I as a father have given up the child. Diane Robinson says, some of the message coming in little fast for me, so it's sort of skipping. Couldn't she have spoken to someone? Sounds a bit selfish on her part, says Diane. It clearly shows that the woman that left the child for 10 days is in dire need of psychological help, says Orville Melville. She said so. She says she was in a mental breakdown. But she was able to visit 2 countries and come back. And from what the investigators said, she changed the clothes and the underwear of the child, the pampers and so on, before she called for the help. So it seems as though she's well collected enough to know she needs to be able to let it appear in a certain way. Kenneth Hart says no. Okay. Alright, thank you very much. And yes, there are some women who go through, the child was 16 months old, I think it is. And some women go through postpartum troubles where they go through depression because their bodies go through so much whenever they give birth. And so it puts them in a different state of mind. And that's what I think her lawyer was pleading, that she was not in her collective mind. Though, as I said, she was smart enough to know to try to change the clothes of the child so that it would appear that this is a fresh child. Manueline Pierce says she's being very selfish. The child doesn't know her. If she had love for the child, she would not have left him the child in the first place. Right, Manueline? To put a spin, I am here to put a spin on the other side. That, you finally land that job you're waiting on all this time, and bam, you're pregnant. You're not sure about getting that job again. According to that particular video, she left the child in the hospital. He never saw her again. And he had to now go and rescue the child from the hospital. So some people saying that she put the child above, she put her career or put her life above the child. Alright? That's what you think? That's alright. Edwin Toolsey says it depends on the explanation, but normally she shouldn't have the child. Lenora Francis Moses says she should not get full custody of the child, maybe visiting rights. The mother would not have the bond to the child as the father would have. Okay. You see, I tell you all, you all giving quite reasonable responses. And that's what I'm saying. Now we have to be careful of the emotional responses, but I think that we're getting some level head responses here. So thank you all very, very much. Okay. Let me just check on our people at the YouTube if they are giving any. I'm not too sure I know how to be able to pick up on the chats of the YouTube, but if those on YouTube, then please feel free to to send us your own message. Give us your own feedback on the YouTube. Alright. So let's go to the next video. The next video, this one was quite interesting. Give it a listen.
The stability of the house lies upon the woman more than the man. Let me tell you why.
So he doesn't talk most of the time.
The woman has given up. Before a woman gives up, the house will remain.
Now I understand the scripture. He who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Say it again.
We are good, Mama. Yes, and finds favor.
How much do you usually want?
And that's why I tell the man,
2,000.
look at your wife every day and know you are
You're happy
because of
that
her.
Mr. X supports you. Okay.
You are who you are because of that woman that you married. She comes into your place,
So who is this son?
packaged
How
with
do you want to
blessings. And that is why before a man gets married,
Okay, so who is this
so
someone? Who just
confused
comes to
about
money and
life.
want to give their money to you?
they spend carelessly.
How old
But
is
if you invest intelligently, the moment a
Wow,
woman
you're 19
comes,
years old.
man is
Okay.
favored.
So I just want to throw it to you,
Gift has arrived.
Burale, because I can see you're shocked right now.
Has come.
Wow.
You're sorted.
Listen,
Full package.
very fine.
Especially if you chose the right one.
The issue here is choosing
That,
the right one. And the right one can only be chosen when a man stops looking at the physical attributes and looks at character.
Unless you have some things,
Character.
then you're not complete.
Character.
Now,
Guys, mommy wants to work with someone. We will tell the baby, put up a list. You're talking about
just give you money.
And that is why they spend the rest of their
They will give you
lives
money, and you know you will need to give them something in return.
how could a
If you're not already giving them
man
money.
a character appear?
Now,
So
I
why
want you
this
to realize this. I don't care what you think.
Because kuna
It may
mama
make you
safi.
feel like the
Like
most
wewe ni mali
beautiful
safi.
50% of
And
that.
you have character.
But believe me, he has told another 20 the same. Of course, he met on social media. Now, when you say he gives you 2,000, that's very little money. You can do that That's nothing.
Yes.
Now, with somebody for 2,000, when he gives you money, you feel obligated to give him something in return.
It's why we are
And it's
here.
not an investment.
That
You're
is
giving
why
him
we
money.
are talking family.
I'm just going to tell you as it
Let me
is.
tell you
None of
why
you is
as
giving back
children the
at
way
all.
they are.
You're
It
giving
was
back the
planned
money.
by the devil.
Now, you got to realize,
You know when the devil brought in this issue of what
the
a
day he
boy
gives you
can
4,000,
do,
he'll want to
a
step
girl
you
can
without
do
protecting.
better.
Now, he's doing the same
In
with
the
another
spirit
seven.
of competition.
Now, you're 19.
So that
By
we don't
21,
look at each other as
you're
persons to complement one another,
Understand what
to
I'm saying?
complete each other.
Gladys, you just had what
After
Burale
many
had.
years of women being suppressed and not being taken to school,
Most
all
of
the
us
boys
in
being left
people
aside, so as to encourage them.
We're looking
That
at the
was given to
And
us.
once
But
it's
then the devil knew that we
once
would not
the boys
leave it
can
at
handle
the educational level and
So you
the
prefer to
corporate
give all of
level.
that?
Yeah.
We would
Why is
now
that?
bring it into the family.
They are
So
more
this
mature,
is now
most boys my age are
practically
They act like kids.
fulfilling.
But aren't they acting their age?
No, they're not kids. I'm not a kid. If I can behave the way I'm behaving right now and I'm the same age as they are.
What I would say is,
All right, okay. So, if you listen to her, tell me what you picked up out of it. Dispassionately, your own views as to what did you get out of that. One of the things that I felt was quite interesting is that the stability of the home really depends more on the woman than on the man. Do you agree with that? Do you agree? Alright, I'm seeing people saying that the video has had some background distortions. Alright, sorry about that. Alright? The audio wasn't clear. Ooh, I didn't realize that. Alright, so what she was saying generally is this, that the stability of the home depends primarily on the woman. And that is why it is that a man needs to find a good wife. You see? What do you think? Okay, she said there were too many voices at the same time. Okay, so we might have to scrap that. But okay. So let me say this, that I generally accept what she has said, that in really the home, the person who spends more time with the family and the children usually is the woman. And the stability therefore of the home, really it is the woman who really keeps the home together. So it is important for a man, when he's looking for a woman, to find a woman who is wife material, who wants to keep a home together, because of the, by nature, she's the nurturer. Alright? So unfortunately you all won't be able to hear that one, so you won't be able to get in on that. Kenneth said the too broad a distinction. Okay, I was hearing it clearly on this end. I don't know why is it you all weren't hearing it. Alright, so let's see if we could go to one more. This one was an interesting one also.
You're currently in a relationship?
True.
Who are you dating?
I'm dating a Mr. Someone. I can't
How
say.
old is Mr. Someone?
He's 28. And he spoils me too.
And he spoils you?
Yeah.
So how does he spoil you?
Going out, shopping. Yeah.
Does he send you money?
Yes, he does.
How much on a week, for example?
Okay. It depends with the amount of money you want.
So ideally, how much do you usually want?
Okay. 2,000.
2,000
Yeah.
per week?
Yeah.
And that's, you're happy at least Mr. X supports you? Okay.
My parents are not financially upright. Yeah, so I need someone to support me. Yeah.
So who is this someone, and how do you want them to support you?
With money, obviously.
Okay, so who is this someone who just comes with money and they want to give their money to you?
Possibly a boyfriend.
How old is this boyfriend?
30.
30. Wow, and you're 19 years old. Okay. So I just want to throw it to Murale because I can see you're shocked right now.
Wow. Listening to this very fine lady speak, it just says a lot that we have some semblance of lack of identity because it seems that social media has made us believe that unless you have some things, then you're not complete. Now, of course, she wants like a 30-year-old because he's in employment. But I need you to understand one thing. No one will just give you money as if they're an NGO. They will give you money and you know you will need to give them something in return if you're not already giving them anyway. Now, I want you to realize this. I don't care what he tells you. He may make you feel like the most beautiful woman in East and Central Africa. But believe you me, he has told another 20 the same. Who, of course, he met on social media. Now, when you say he gives you 2,000 a week, that's very little money. He can do that to 7 other women. That's 14,000. That's nothing. Now, with 14,000, when he gives you money, you feel obligated to give him something in return. And it's not an investment, you're giving him your body. I'm just going to tell you as it is. None of you is giving back a toy car. You're giving back your body. Now you got to realize, if he's sleeping with you, the day he gives you 4,000, he'll want to sleep with you without protection. Now he's doing the same with another 7. Now you're 19. By 21, you have signed your death certificate. You understand what I'm saying?
Gladys, you just heard what Murali had to say. Do you have any response to him?
Most of us young people, we're not looking for a happy ever after. We're looking for stability. And once you got that, there's nothing else that we need. Once you're stable, we can handle it. We can handle everything.
So you prefer to get older guys?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Okay. They are more mature. Most boys my age act like kids.
They act like kids?
Yeah.
But are they acting their age?
No, they're not kids. I'm not a kid. If I can behave the way I'm behaving right now and I'm the same age as they are.
What I would say is, young lady, you're 19. But you made a comment that opened my eyes to something. You said, most of the guys you've dated, only one is your age, mostly 3, 4, 5 years. You are 19. When did you start dating for you to use the word most? At 16. At 16, you should be watching Cartoon Network. Now, this is what I will tell you. Allow me just to tell you some things. I'm not a very young man. I'm not old, but I'm not a very young man. If you met a 28-year-old on Instagram, first and foremost, I have issues that a 28-year-old praying at 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old people. It means his long-term plan is not with you, but his bedtime plan is with you. Now, he gives you 2,000. That tells me low maintenance. Is it worth it? Giving your body? Because the chances are, and allow me to say it without fear of contradiction, the chances are that you may have already compromised your body. Right? If you have, he has already got what he wanted. Right? And that is why, if you are honest, he will call you when he wants your body. He will not call you to give you his 5-year plan. He will not call you to give you his 10-year plan. He will not call you to tell you he's thinking of doing his PhD. By the way, what will happen, at some point he will leave you for someone his age, and then you will fall back for the men you're saying are too kiddish, and by that time, there will be a woman who would have seen something in them and have already taken the man. And you're very intelligent, you're beautiful, the way you're speaking, you're very sharp. Yes. What will happen, this young man you're looking down upon will say you're already used up goods.
Susan.
Then when you say they're kiddish, I want to tell you something. And allow me to say it.
Absolutely.
Allow me to tell you something. Dating many men is not maturity. This young man you're calling immature could be displaying the highest level of maturity by not sleeping around. So, I know you are saying you're mature because you're dating older men. That doesn't make you mature. In fact, maturity is not about age. Ask that man what's his long-term, mid-term plan. This young man you're seeing here may have a 10-year plan.
I'm supporting Lillian on what she said about the sponsors. Just because, okay, everything nowadays is all about the fame. Looking good, you have to look nice. And sometimes some of us come from backgrounds where you can't always ask your parents, you want a new hairstyle. And let's say you've come from Ushago, you've come to the city, things are different around. So you have to look good, you have to go with the trends. That means wearing nice clothes. That kind of thing.
Sally, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
Would you want to be in a relationship with an older guy?
Older guy, yes.
With money?
Okay, it's not like a necessity, but yes.
Okay. So I just want to throw it back to Robert again, because I like that. To me, from where I'm sitting, I could tell that you imparted a lot of wisdom, but it's interesting that they're able to challenge it and try to justify why they need to look good, they need to keep up, like they say, they're living in a world where you have to wear nice clothes, you always have to say this.
Wow, okay. You want fame. The day you get there, I want to tell you this for free. The day you get there, you'll want to run away from it. My sister, you said it's okay No, let me deal with the first. You said you have a long-term plan. So maybe you want to build a mansion after having 20 other men. Now, what is the point of having a long-term plan while putting your health at risk that you may not be alive long enough to actualize your long-term plan? Right? Hasho very open and says point blank that you are using them. I'm going to ask you a question to eliminate your mind to something. Would you today go to Koinange Street and sell your body? But you realize that's what you're doing in an educated manner. So now, you said you will use. You have good clothes. The ladies in Koinange Street use those men for money for the same thing. So it is the same business, different geographical areas. Now what I want to encourage you is, if you know who you are on the inside, clothes don't make you. Identity is an inside job. You understand? You should have such confidence within yourself that if they give you a bad t-shirt, because it's on you, it automatically looks good.
Who do you look up to on social media?
I look up to very many people, but in particular, I'd say Nancy Wine.
Why is that?
Her social life, like I really like everything about her. Yeah.
But you realize that her social life is her work.
Yeah.
She gets paid to do that.
Exactly.
She gets paid to wear those clothes, wear those wigs, have that makeup on, go to those locations, and you realize that that is her social life. Is that her real life?
No.
So why do you feel the pressure to keep up at this young age when really even yourself you're admitting it's not realistic? Is someone paying you?
No, someone is not paying me.
Someone is paying for you. That's the difference.
Someone is paying me.
Yeah.
Is paying for me to look that way. Why don't I create that brand that I want to create?
But what do you give up for someone to pay for you? That is what we are asking you. Do you recognize what you have to give up for someone to pay for you?
Yes, I do recognize, but currently I don't see any problem in that.
Robert.
You don't see any problem with giving up your body, as long as you get some money.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you follow someone, Nancy Wine?
Nancy Wine.
And she said clearly she's paid to do that what you're following.
Yeah.
So you want to create a real life scenario for yourself based on someone else's not so real life scenario. Now, if you're willing to sleep around, it means you have no value. Because as a lady, you must understand you are a diamond that somebody must dig deep to get to you. You understand me? You're 19. You're 19.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something about men. The moment he sleeps with you, he's done with you. He moves on, right? Now, until he sleeps with you, he'll give you all the money you want. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now, if you get 10,000 from him, your lifestyle is maybe worth 100,000 a month because you say you want a hairstyle every week. You understand? It means then you have to move to another man who has to give you money before he gets to bed, right? And then once it's done with you, you move to another man. Now, I want you to think about this. After sleeping around with 10 men, and then you look at yourself in the mirror, you, yourself, and yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Filthy. Now, social media life. For example, if I ask you what kind of car do you think I drive? Or would you perceive I drive?
Range.
A Range Rover.
I can't afford a Range. I can't afford a Range. I don't even drive a Mercedes. I drive a Toyota. Very happy. Now you, because you perceive me to be like that, you want to be with so many men so that you keep up with my life, which is fake. I'm just a lawyer man from Busia.
Okay, guys.
My name is Stacy. My question goes to Robert. He actually said that it's not maturity to date many men. Is it maturity to date many ladies? And why should you castigate the girl child on having sponsors, yet very many men out here are bentens?
The fact that I say that it's not mature to date many men is because I was reacting to a lady. Now, if a gentleman told me they have many women, I would say the same thing. It's a value thing. The more people you're sleeping around with, the less value you have. And by the way, 19-year-old, close your legs. Your value goes up. So don't be made by money. Money reveals you. So it means if money reveals you, it means you are made by something else other than money, which is what values do you have? You understand? If I met you in secret and I say, jump into my car and it's a Range Rover, will you say no? Or will you say yes because you've seen leather seats, DVD, and you've seen a lot of money in the dashboard? Let me tell you something, and hear me good young people. As long as he's sleeping with you, he's sleeping with 20 others. So don't get annoyed when you find SMSs. By the way, you should never get annoyed because you may have been number 16. When I was studying in the UK, not Kisumu, United Kingdom, I had very many women. But I realized the more women I had, the filthier and the emptier I became. You understand what I'm saying? And the one thing that we had that you don't have, in your day and age, diseases are there like water. You do not have the privilege of sleeping around with more than 2 people. And by the way, you should not even be sleeping with one person until you get married. Now, I slept around. It didn't make me any better. In fact, during those times, my life was a mess. Now that I am not, and by the way, it's not that I'm not sleeping around because I don't have offers. I got news for you. I have offers like malaria tablets 3 times a day. But my values will not allow me, because by the way, every time you sleep with somebody, you release some negative things. You understand? When you sleep with a man, you take all the negative he carries. By the way, you take very bad spirits. That's why all of a sudden some of you love drinking tea. Look at the Luya man you slept with. You become like that person. If you're not going to take your responsibility, then you're not man enough to unzip your trouser. So that kind of responsibility requires a lot of maturity, you understand, and decency, and high levels of integrity. And as you're told, lady, let me just say something to you. You don't have to make the same mistakes your parents made. You understand what I'm saying?
Amy, are you listening?
So,
Okay, people. I know it was a bit long, but you got the message. What do you all think? What's your own feedback? What is your own feedback on what was said and what you saw? Talk to me. Alright? Lawrence from Men said those men who participate in those activities are called whoremongers at large. I see Edward Jones just put Charmin said they are sophisticatedly selling their bodies. They have low self-esteem, doesn't value themselves, and are not contented with what they have. They will eventually be used like tissue and thrown away, and in the long run, no one will want them. So on point. Yeah. And that's why I'm happy with the disposition of the man who was sharing his ideas. He did not put water in his mouth to talk, but he also delivered it in quite a respectful way, in saying very openly what he thought and the advice that he felt was really good to them. All right, so keep your thoughts coming in and your ideas. What did you think? Are these girls on track? And the question is, where did they get the thinking from that if they are getting money, it's okay to be able to give the person their bodies? Does not say something about how little we value our bodies compared to what the almighty dollar says. The dollar itself is more valuable than even the bodies, for it seems. Manuelin says it's so sad listening to these young ladies and how they live their lives with men that don't even care about them. So many young women don't know the value of their bodies. Well, they get some good advice, hope they take it. That's true. I agree with you. Joan Benjamin, you young ladies must have value, not having all those men using your bodies. And the thing is, the gentleman is right. When he has paid, a man is going to pay up front for all these things until he gets what he wants. And then after he gets what he wants, he moves on. So, giving your body is no guarantee that you are going to get what you want, because he's going to move on and you'll have to start that cycle all over. It becomes like a loop that you're going through life. One man, he ditches you, another man, he ditches you, and then you reach a certain age that no man wants you. Because one, you would have been gone, you would have had a large body count. Two, by then you may have had a number of children for a number of different men. And three, he just would want something new and fresh. If you have, let's say, you have a car and you borrowed this car, but it's a used car. A number of people had the car, but now you have the money to buy a new brand car. Would you want to buy that used car that you borrowed from the person who lent you? No, because you used it up already. So you will now go and take your money and buy a used car, and that is sometimes how men do it. After they have used up a woman, used up a body and so on, and really wants to settle down, he looks for something fresh, younger and fresh. So don't fall for it, my dear ladies. Hod says the market open, come and shop. Wow. Edwin Solsi says, what are your values? Alright. So, as I said, this is a new series that I'm starting. I don't know how long I'll carry the series for. But let me know if you think that this style is bringing value to you, where you are able to see what other people say. Normally I would come here and I would do the teaching as to relationships and how we interact with one another. But I thought that it is good for you to be able to see what's happening outside of there and to get your feedback as if this is something that we can do for the next couple of weeks that will bring value to you. I'm hoping that you would get a chance to think. So just hit me up on the chat. Let me know whether you think that this is going to bring value. And I really appreciate all of you all coming on for the program tonight. Let me know if it has brought some, if you think that this is an angle that you would like to go to for the next probably couple of weeks. I don't know how long. Okay. Alright, and now just remember that if you do want counseling, you do want private confidential counseling, you could go to our telephone number 868-480-0080, and you can call and book your own private session there. Alright? Alright. Somebody will just send me a text here. Okay, my people. Thank you very much. Let me just see what's going on here. Hardship, where's their self-worth? Deanne says, these ladies don't realize they've been used as styrofoam and tossed by the wayside in the end. They do not value their worth. Right, Deanne? And I know you work with young ladies and also young men. So I hope that you would pass the word around. Alright, Shami says it's a good angle. She welcomed the change for a while. Okay. Nicely, thank you. Let's look at it this way, Shamin says. Maybe they have heard their mom discussing what she did to make ends meet or to send her children to school, so they are thinking it sounds good, so they can do the same. Yes, I understand. As the gentleman said, in his days, these diseases were not so prominent. But now, it's Russian roulette you're playing when you do a thing like that. All right, the answer absolutely. So therefore, she would want us to go that route for a little while. Okay. So I will bring some other programs and videos for us to look at and for us to give our own information on, and invite people to come and join, some of these young people to come and join our program so that they can gain some insight into what's going on in this modern world of ours, because I think we have lost our way in so many different ways. All right, so that brings us down to the end of Mike at Night for today. Thank you very much, and it's always a pleasure. Let me once again wish Timothy Benjamin happy birthday, 40 years. All right, I hope your wife does something very, very special for you later that would bring a smile, a smirk, and a blush to your face, my boy. All right, thank you very much. Good evening.